Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over on the pay to win account and the anniversary is up. The Joyous Summons is up. So we've been enjoying 50 common scrolls there. Tomorrow we are going to pick up 50 more common scrolls. That is right. They gave us 100 scrolls, guys. So thanks for joining me for the live stream. We're actually going to go through, do a lot of Q&A today. There's really not too much going on other than the anniversary. A lot of people have questions though about the anniversary, the events that are in there. As well as the hunting field. So a lot of players have had a ton of questions about the hunting fields. So we can cover those as well. And also the Voyage of Wonder is up. So we'll get into some of the Misty Valley. The Misty Valley does take quite a bit of time to kind of get into. But essentially once you get into there, it is very, very lucrative, guys. In here, you do get free heroes, of course, out of the select rewards. You also do get a ton of essence. You get a ton of gems or a ton of stones as well as poke coins. What's going on, Kenneth and Dorian? Got Dark Plane is in here. Looks like Hoofbite is in here. Super, super late for him. So ultimately, we're going to start with summons. So we've been continuing through here, making sure we're making progression on a constant basis, trying to level up the couple heroes that we have in the heroic ship. So out of the mail, we are still pulling a pretty good rank in the Fable realm. We are still getting our little badge right there, as well as quite a few more diamonds. But ultimately, the scrolls that we've gotten, also, if you guys have not used the code gives you faction scrolls, it gives you common scrolls, it gives you a full summon, plus it gives you stargazing. So very, very cool. My team just made it to heroic in the hunting fields. Awesome, Darkblade. There are a lot of people who haven't been able to maximize the hunting fields that unfortunately are not going to be able to kill the last boss, which absolutely sucks. To go in there and have some players that are AFK really, really does suck in that point. What's going on, Pluto? Mailman, we got Minty in here Saturday morning. So ultimately, if you guys have not heard with the hunting fields, as much as people hate it, as much as people love it, it did give us a significant amount of loot. In addition, they put the hunting fields on repeat. On the test server, the hunting fields right now is registration. So ultimately, when the first hunting fields ended after 7 days, the hunting fields are coming right back according to the test server. They are just right back on repeat. It's right back to another open hunting field. It still says beta on the test server. When I looked earlier, it said beta, but you could go ahead and register for a new hunting fields. Doing great, mailman. Very, very busy day here. Crazy to think about it. In Michigan, it was almost 80 degrees today, guys. It was super hot out there today. So the anniversary party, essentially with the Forest Escapade, it unlocks in phases. So it's going to take 10 days to unlock everything that's in the Forest Escapade. But again, this one gives you a ton of loot. You get copies of Raku, you get copies of Peggy, you get the skin, of course, for Dolly, and then, of course, you get the skin for Scrath. So a bunch of definite cool things in there. Try to getting the note from the builder without having the oak and open. Oh, the note. Oh, I didn't know you couldn't get it, Kenneth. So if it's still locked, if you're not progressed far enough, why do I feel so underpowered in the Misty Valley? Cam Chowder, I have the exact same problem. So on the Misty Valley, my free-to-play account cannot get past the first battle. I tried legitimately and probably about 50 to 100 times to get past the very first battle. I just get destroyed. Essentially with the Misty Valley, if you don't have all of the factions built, you might be able to win the battle, but you're not going to be able to win it at a gold standard with a lot of different teams. So unfortunately, it's going to be very difficult. Arlor, what's going on? First time here. Thank you for joining the stream. And Mako has joined us as well. So ultimately with the Forest Escapade, like I was saying, we have seen the team that is doing the best out of here is, of course, the Maulers, which is kind of very, very cool to see. The Maulers have been absolutely destroying it. There it is, guys. Big thing to remember with this is two things. One, when you look at Kren and when you look at Scrath, Maulers get the bonus versus the Wilders. So it's very, very cool. that the Maulers get the bonus against the Wilders. So as you can see, we have all Wilders here. So what players are actually doing is going to our little acorn station, picking up the item that increases factional damage by 100%. Since the Maulers got the factional advantage over the Wilders, they're producing 100% damage. Remember, guys, when it comes to this event, it is going to be all in for the server. So it is for the server. It is not specifically to you, to your guild, anything like that. This is the entire server. So if your server does not hit that 100% mark, the server will not receive the skin for Scarath, which is cool, the cooperation aspect of it. But it kind of sucks because if you happen to be in a server, which again, since this event is relatively new, we don't know how difficult it is going to be to hit that 100%. When we start getting to day 8, 9, 10, once you start getting in some of the further days when you have more acorns, when more of it is open, and you can just absolutely obliterate this team, I think the servers will pull through. I can't see Lilith making it not be able to have the skin for a lot of people. But ultimately, I hope they do well by essentially getting the skin and hitting the 100%. It's going to be cooperation between AFK Arena and another anime show or another game. So a lot of people have said it is another anime. GG is what I've heard, that it is going to be another anime for the crossover. So I don't know exactly which one. It was Heroes of something. They kind of mentioned it. But again, nothing at this point has been confirmed with another crossover event coming. So we haven't seen anything that is solid confirmed yet. And I actually love how they did this in the Forest Escapade. I love being able to guess exactly here who is going to win. Or this one's the trial. It's the next one. That is who's going to win. So in here we have Titus and we have Pharrell. Let me know who's going to win based on this team. We'll pick based on your guesses. About the Misty Valley, what I usually do is to hold on the level because the Misty Valley based on one's rating. New Misty Valley drops. Yeah, I've been doing the same Mako, and I've still had that same problem that I can't get through the Misty Valley. I've tried multiple times, but I couldn't do it. I still haven't. Is Pharrell going to win? I started making like a little list of them, but I had the same team on 2 different accounts in here, and ultimately it was different, which I guess I don't get. But Minty says Pharrell. Right, I feel is going to win. So we got a Pharrell, Titus, and a Right. I'm worried about the fear. But if we can get Pharrell's alt off, I think it's going to be, there we go, double alt, triple alt. Pharrell is the winner, guys. Yep, so Kenneth called it. Dark called it. Yep, 100%. Go for Titus. Javid, Titus just got destroyed. I thought the fear might come through. But look at that, guys. Pharrell for the win on this one. So we get a free chest out of there. Arthur doesn't move with his plus 30 signature item. Very, very true. In here, the other thing is depending on the team comps you have, they made this easy enough that you can just kind of rinse and repeat it. If you do die, your heroes don't die. So you can just keep going through it. What's going on, Hoofbite? So there we go. So Hungry can't take another step. It's only day 2, Raku. Our chubby raccoon cannot make it. So we got another acorn here. These battles I have found very, very difficult. The first one I always seem to walk through. The second one has been pretty difficult. I've actually gotten destroyed quite a few times in here. Which this one, it looks like it's going to be pretty easy. Yeah, 5 Athalias, 5 Talines. I had Athalia winning. I definitely went with the Athalia win on there. And I've been right quite a few times with the Athalia win. So there we go. We pick up some more essence. And this place is just absolutely littered with loot. I love it. Between this, between the events, between the codes, between the Voyage of Wonder, going in and doing the hunting grounds, Lilith has just been absolutely dumping rewards and loot and everything into this game, pretty much on every avenue, from the coins to everything. It's been kind of crazy. What's going on, Restless? Thanks for joining us for the stream. So ultimately 35-4 is probably where we're going to stay right now. Fast rewards, I do 1 time, we do 2, 3, 4, 5. That is where I stop, guys. I do not spend the 200 diamonds there, but ultimately I spend the 100 diamonds to refresh that. A lot of times out of there, I get mythic gear. I get a ton of po coins out of there, and gold, and also essence. We get a ton of essence out of there. How's your server damage on the boss in the middle? We're at 3%. I don't know, but I feel like we're not doing... it's about the same, Mako. I think we were at about 3% as well. Let me see. And again, as you continue on in the Forest Escapade and you keep getting more and more of your acorns, they're going to do more and more damage. So overall, we got the team comp down if you do have them. So right here, we're at 3.18. So it's about even, Mako. What's going on, Showcase? Yeah, so we're at 3.18. So we are exactly right there with you. 3% for the total server. I haven't attacked it today, but looking at the leaderboard, again, guys, that's going to be the combination. It's going to be the maulers that are going to destroy it with that factional advantage. Very, very cool. And here, I'm not sure. There we go. So plus 30, it blanks out the artifact because I don't think the artifacts are used. Remember, we have the martial ratings. So essentially, there's no artifacts and everything is tier 1 with the faction gear. But having them 2 maxed out is very, very strong, as you can see. And as we get more acorns, it's going to be stronger. What's your team based damage team? FAG? Yeah, maulers are the way to go. So even here, guys, it seems like it is just going to be kind of a mauler boost. So it seems like pulling everyone together with Skarath. So these two. So essentially, with this combination, you have Skarath that is pulling everyone together with the 3-piece furniture. So putting them all in this little square in the middle. And then you have the ultimate ability that is going on with Kren to just absolutely destroy the team. Then you have the twins to super the cycle, as well as a lot of people have been running Mortis, again, to strengthen Kren, to strengthen Skarath, because they get the 100% bonus damage when you pick up the factional advantage. So there's a lot of very cool things that kind of go into making up that team comp. And I think for all of the top ones, that is the comp. So they got twins Mortis with Belinda there doing 1 billion damage. I'm sure all the top ones are going to be pretty much the same. Which that was a little change. That one had I think we had a Silas in there to do a little bit more damage. There he is. So Silas was in there on this one. Again, twins and Mortis. So that's going to be the go-to comp just for the overall damage. But yeah, we're at 3.18%, guys. So still have a ton of damage in there. The hunting fields, we only defeated Edrex once. That is where we stopped. So essentially, we've just been kind of parked now that it is quiet time. Like I was saying earlier, they have went ahead and swapped, or the test server is just, it has the hunting fields on repeat. So essentially, we had the hunting fields. They went right back to the hunting fields. So I think after this one has completed, there's going to be another one coming again. What's going on, Monty? And D is joining us as well. So there is another hunting fields coming, guys, just for a heads up. Again, if you guys loved it or hate it, there is another one right around the corner. All right, guys, so we're going to do some summons. So I'm thinking here, since we have 23 hours for the reset, remember, we're looking for Allard, we're looking for Peggy, and we're looking for Raku to go ahead and build them out of the heroic ship. So we're going to save our diamonds. We're going to use all of our scrolls. We're going to use all of our Stargazer cards as well as our faction cards in there to hopefully pick up a couple copies of the heroes we're looking for. Would you recommend signature 20 twins for boss or Silas signature 20 for my Isold team? I would take the twins to 20 first. The big issue that we find with twins when it comes to the Twisted Realm, when it comes to a lot of the bosses, if the twins don't have the survivability, they die out really quick. As you're doing more damage on the boss, you'll see the boss kills the twins, usually in a hit. The plus 20 signature item on them makes a very, very big difference because it deals with the survivability. That's the big thing to focus on with the twins. Even here, I still have them at plus 20. And again, this is the survivability that you have to have. As you're pushing more and more damage, the survival has to be there, or they'll die 30 seconds, 45 seconds in, and you'll go ahead and lose all of the buffs for the remainder of the fight because they're going to be dead at that point. What's going on, Defin? All right, guys, so let's get into the summons. I'm still hoping with our Stargazer cards, we're still looking for Khazard. We have 30 of them right now that we can pull some diamonds. Still never seen it, guys. I checked out the look back. I have the 4 summons, the quad summons a couple times on different accounts, but ultimately I've still never seen those 30,000 diamonds. So we're going to look for a Raku in this one. Just a couple more fodder, which any of the fodder that we get is still really good because we still do need a lot of copies of a lot of heroes. So anything that we really pick up in here, which there is Ullard or Ellard, I think that's the one copy we needed. We need a little bit of food, but I think that is the copy to get him up to Legendary Plus. So I think we're gonna get that. What's going on, Ray? Thank you for joining us. Victor joined us well. 50 summons, got 1 purple card. Oh, yes. The stargazing's pretty funny. There's Tassie. I seen a bunch of Belinda summons a little bit earlier. Seen some Brutus Stargazer cards as well, which is pretty funny. Khazard is the hero we're building, guys. He is the one that we want. All right, guys. Let's see. We got 75 scrolls. Hopefully it's not going to be 1 purple card like Victor. Hopefully we're going to pick up a couple more. Right, usually with the streaming summons, we do pretty well. 3 rares on that one, so a little bit low on our first pull. 3 rares on that one. Is it just going to be a 1 pull here, which there is a single. A copy of Baden. Still haven't built Baden. On the Graveborn account, we've kind of played around with Baden. On my main account, Baden was one of the early heroes that I built. Ultimately, his ads die too quick. When you start getting the level deficiency, it dies really, really fast. All right, so a couple more summons. So we're going to get more than 1 elite here, which is good. 5 more rare cards there. Come on, 4 more. So this summon should be an elite. Just 1, though. Only 1. Which is Grez. Grez, not too bad. And our final summon here, it is just some more rare cards. Just more rare cards. So nothing too big. We did get 50 emblems right there, which is good. But this is what I wanted to look at, guys. How many red chests do you need to get from plus 20 to plus 30? It is 300, guys. Yep, from plus 20 to plus 30 is 300 to the SI. Is there a pity rate? Yeah, there is a pity rate. Every 3 summons, every 10 summons, so every 30 summons, you'll get an elite. There is a pity summon. Who do you think I should stargaze next? Lucretia or Alna? I would go Lucretia, Mako, just because Lucretia can carry by herself, guys. She doesn't need anyone else on her team. She gets stronger when the heroes die. Yeah, I would definitely go with Lucretia. Seems like I'm not getting the last reward from the hunting field. No one is active and does nothing. Hills, a lot of players, unfortunately, guys, we've seen it on Reddit. I've seen it on Discord. I've got a lot of message. You're not alone, Hills. There are a lot of players that are in the exact same boat. They are not going to hit the max level because of AFK people. But again, on the test server, they've started doing it again. They've started the hunting fields over, and I haven't seen any changes. I don't know if they've changed anything. I haven't seen fixes. I haven't seen nothing from the beta version. All right, guys, so we got 3 pulls here. We need copies of Khazard to continue to build him. So let's see what we get here, guys. Got a Mauler card there, couple more rares. Pull number 2 brings us just a little bit more loot. So we're not going to pull anything today, guys. Final one, let's see what we get. It is just another Mauler card. So Khazard continues to go ahead and elude us there. Can we get the rewards again? Yes, you can. The rewards are starting for the hunting grounds again. It is the exact identical rewards, including the 2 tier 3 stones. The rewards are up again. So you got another 6 days to run the hunting fields. The rewards are in there. It is a pain in the butt, but I've run it by myself, so it worked really well. I think, yeah, observing for the hunting fields, I just worry if I observe. So for me personally, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to go ahead and run the hunting fields just like I did, guys, to max everything out from the beginning on my accounts. So if anyone wants to observe, if they want to observe, I'm going to run it and I'm going to max it out just like we did. As long as it works how it did, we can definitely go ahead and pick those up. So let's check out our cards, see what we got here, and then we'll see who we can build. I'm hoping we can build a few more heroes. So we got 2 elites out of those 50 cards. So not too bad. Pretty on point with the summons. We got another copy of Scrath, of a couple more rares there. And I think that's about all we got. We got our Dreamy chest that's sitting here. All of these, both of the emblems you can buy. I've been getting these with diamonds. Scrolls are probably not the best choice. I've been buying my essence, the tree juice. I'll do it with my alts 100%. Yeah, absolutely. When you can't accomplish it at a team, sometimes you got to just go in by yourself. I've never heard this before. The idea popped into my head. So people say that dimensionals are hardest to get furniture, so why not fill your list with all dimensionals but one to target? As far as I know, Sloth, in that respect, the dimensionals have the exact same pull probability of anything else. So a lot of the dimensionals I have built and a lot of the other heroes I don't, that I've put in the wish list, I have heard that it is all the same. And I'm not sure if D can vouch for it. But I believe it is the exact same. I believe it is the exact same for there. I will do it with my alts, which is interesting because even with ours, I feel like making alts just to do, yeah, exactly. Ultimately, I opened it up. So when I started doing the hunting fields, I opened it up to anyone that could join to observe. We did the same in the one that I did on here with casuals. We opened it up. I think we had 4 or 5 people join casuals. I didn't have anyone join the one to observe, but ultimately, if you don't want to do it, yeah, you can do exactly what D said. So if you realize on day 2 or 3 that they're not going to make it, you can actually just go out of the hunting fields, abandon it, which takes an hour, and then you can join another one. So D hit it spot on. So as long as you can join a hunting field that is going to successfully finish it, you get the full rewards. So definitely worth doing it there. We got 3 elite stones, so hopefully not too bad. We got Damon and Leica. So all right, so some pretty good overall for today. Remember, we just did summons on Sunday, guys. We cleaned all this out. Now we got a lot more copies. So there we go. We got Baden. We got Scarath there. We got some more food. We got Leica, who was food. Another copy of Grez. So that takes him to 4 stars, guys. Grez is a hero we definitely need to max out here. Just because of the damage boost that we get out of the Twisted Realm. Scarath still working on as well. We'll just add stars to these guys anytime we can. How can I observe the hunting field? Monsi, so when you go to the main page, the very bottom right, so it'll actually be right down here if you see where I'm circling, it has an observe. It has an observe button. You click, and then it'll show you the list of the teams that you can observe. You can apply and they can accept, just like D said, or you can open them up. It'll say no application needed, or it'll just say join. You can just join. They don't have to. If the people within the hunting fields open it up, which I can actually show you. I think this is still open. So in the observe category, when you go to the observers, which support right here, applications, there are no applications. Right here, you can requires approval. So if you guys join, or you can take it off. Players can directly support the hunt. No approval is required. So there we go. So we have no approval. So if people want to join, they can join with no approval. So they'll actually just come right in to our hunting grounds. What's going on, Board? Board is here, guys. Hippo is rolling good. Yes, absolutely right. Rowan is probably one of the best heroes in the entire game. You definitely want to build him as early as can. He is super, super powerful, especially with his signature item. He works very, very well. I got a legendary Kren and legendary Respin. Both have 1 copy at Elite. Who should I focus on? Honestly, Kren does really well. I don't see a lot of people using Kren right now. But then again, I don't really see a lot of people using Respin right now either. There are a couple team comps that they're building them on. Yeah, I mean, Kren does well in the tower. That's where a lot of people have been using Kren, is in the Mauler tower. He does really, really well, which is good. Plus, he does a lot of damage. He does a significant amount of damage. If you can get him to ult, if you can get the survivability out of him, Tirith, it works really, really well. Yeah, and right there, guys, Rowan's signature item is broken. It is by far probably the best in the game. Build him as soon as you can. All right, guys, so let's take a look at our light bearers here. So what do we still need? We still need 1 copy, so we pulled a copy right there. We need 1. So tomorrow we're going to be able to get that 1 copy. Then we need 2 pieces for food, 1 and 2, which is good. And then we need 4 more elite copies of him to take him to Ascended, but that would finish out Ellard. So that would completely finish him out. Peggy, we haven't seen any of. All the summons, we haven't seen any copies of Peggy. All right, so Maulers, I believe we built Cetrana. Cetrana we were building. Is it better to do hunting grounds on Lone Wolf instead of a team? If you're going in Lone Wolf, it is completely blind with who you're going to be paired with. So when you go in that way, you are going in 100% blind. You're completely blind going in. If you go in with a team, you'll actually go in with a set team when you're going in. So you'll actually know exactly who you're going. With the set team, you have to pick what factions you want to go as. And when you go in there, it'll actually have you select exactly who you want to. Do you have a membership thing or do you only have donations? I have both, Raya. So I have a membership to the channel. Some of the players that you see with the little hippos next to their name, they are the supporters from month to month, but we do have donations as well. That's how we built the pay to win account, was through donations and support. All the YouTube that we get out of this goes right back into this account. That is really what has made this. Yeah, it's always better as a group, especially if you can plan. So essentially what we did was I got in there with a bunch of guildies and we communicated through Discord. So essentially we played here, we talked through Discord because we found the chat kind of a little bit broken. But ultimately, yeah, if you can go in with a couple players to go join in a team, it's good. The problem is with randos, just like what D said, if you have players that are AFK, then you're in trouble. So on the test server, when I started the hunting fields, we had 2 of 5 of us AFK. If you checked out the early videos that I did, we had 2 of 5 AFK. We didn't finish out the hunting grounds because we couldn't. Us 3 could not support it all by ourselves to get through it. We got to the last boss, just ran out of time, honestly. Right now doing a hunting fields with my guild. Everyone is active, but we're 1.5 days from the end of the event. We still can't beat the last boss or the last rank. The only way at that point, Monty, would be to push everything to 1 player. I mean, depending where you are with 1.5 days left, you're going to have to stack 1 player, hopefully having them do enough damage to go ahead and take out the last boss. The last boss is relatively easy, especially if you have 1 player doing a bulk of the damage. Just like you guys seen on my Graveborn account, did a bulk of the damage because I fed them a bulk of the emblems, which was good. What do you say I should get my Daemon to signature 30 or Pharrell? They're both really strong. I would probably do Daemon just because Daemon is going to be a strong carry, but Daemon works really, really well at plus 20 as well. There's no huge reason to push him to plus 30. You definitely will eventually. Pharrell works phenomenal at a plus 30, and both of them ultimately, Dorinan, you'll get them to 30. You'll get them both there eventually. So again, let's look at our maulers. All right, so still just looking for more copies. We almost got enough food there, which we have Entendre, we have K-Sauce, Brutus, and Enoki. So out of them, we have 4 here, which is Ascended. We have 5 here, which is Ascended. Brutus, we're 1 shy. Enoki, we have plenty. So who are we going for next, guys? So let's pick up some maulers real quick. So ultimately, we have Entendre, we have K-Sauce, we have Brutus, and we have Enoki. The 4 maulers as of right now that we have not built, because Kren we already have at Ascended with a star. We just built Cetrena. Warwick, we're just waiting. So who should we build next, guys? Let me know. Let me know exactly who we're going to build next on those, and we'll look at the Wilders really quick. Because here, I believe we're waiting for copies of Raku. We have a couple there. I have, I believe, a little bit of food because we have Iran here. We have Laika here. We have all of our food just looking for Raku. Raku, we're going to have to wait and build. Because Cirrus, we already built a little bit, but essentially Raku on this one. Then Graveborn, we have 3 there. We were building Kelthar. I think Kelthar. I tried the Skarath Kren combo. How did it work? We got an Entendre and a Brutus. We got another Ant, so 2 for Ant there. We're thinking maybe Entendre. Brutus I do love because of the immunity that he offers. So when you're fighting burst teams later on, especially chapter 35 plus, he can actually hold the line because of the immunity. It's very, very cool how he can hold the line. Ultimately, Entendre I do like as well. I haven't built her out, like fully built her out with furniture. K-Sauce has the life leech ability. Super disappointed, honestly, with K-Sauce. Doesn't really seem to do anything. Even after the rework, he dies really quick. Same problem that I have with Enoki. It seems like he dies really, really quick. I'm Graveborn and I'm second on the strongest. My friend is, he has the most power. We're getting artifacts, but he's low on stamina. Yeah, Monty, then essentially you have a day to stack your Graveborn account to go ahead and maximize your damage in there. To be able to maximize your damage in there, guys. Definitely stack the Graveborn. If he doesn't have stamina and he can't do the attacks, and you do, have them path to the boss if you're not already there. Yup, fill up your Graveborn account and see what you can do to take him down while he is regenerating stamina. So you can definitely make it work. Also subbed in Belinda and Oden. I would say Pharrell. Yeah, Pharrell is used in a ton of different team comps. I think Entendre. I think we have a lot of Entendre. Only 3 of us active, but one came on late, played a bit. Yeah. If you're only running 3 there, that's very, very tough. All right, guys. So I'm thinking, you know what? Since we've built Brutus before, let's go ahead and build Entendre just because we haven't seen her. But essentially, we kind of only have 2 in here. We're just going to need more food. So we'll take her to Legendary. We'll take her to Legendary Plus. And we'll park her because she will be the next one. Slowly getting through and slowly building out these Mauler teams. What do I think about Torn? Torn is good, but honestly, when you look at the Graveborns, there's a dozen other Graveborns that are better than Torn. That's the big thing with Torn. We've been building him up. He's there at 1 star. So ultimately, he will do well fully decked out. But then again, most heroes do really well decked out. Victor, so again, when you look at Graveborn themselves, you're going to build Damon, you're going to build Isolde, you're going to build Silas, Oden, Nara, Pharrell, Grez. There's so many amazing heroes in the Graveborn faction that Torn is going to be quite a bit down the line. Honestly, that's kind of, with a faction of so many powerful heroes, Torn's going to be down the line. So even here, we have Isolde here, we have Kelthar, And Kalthar is who we're building for the Graveborn right now. Kalthar is another hero that I haven't built. A lot of people say he is very, very good, but I do not have him completely built. But here we have Oden that is built. We got a little bit of food, and we'll continue building these guys. So there is Mythic Kalthar. He's getting there, guys. Definitely one that we want to build. Then I think the Celestials and Hypogeans. We need one more copy of Orthos. He will be Ascended, which will be awesome. Khazard, unfortunately, we didn't get any copies of, and then the Dimensionals are good. What are your thoughts on Drez? Drez is really good in the Mauler Tower, in the actual campaign. He does pretty well, but ultimately his shield isn't strong enough to keep him alive. Drez is absolutely vital when it comes to the Abyssal Expedition. If you're running Celerity, he is very, very powerful in there because he has the ability to keep himself alive. So that's really the big thing with him is he will do phenomenal in the Abyssal Expedition. He does well in a bunch of different Mauler Tower stages, but ultimately when it comes to the campaign, not really utilized very much that I've seen. Yeah, Drez is a beast when you put relics in there. He just destroys, absolutely destroys the Abyssal Expedition. Is Iran 9 of 9 worth it? Iran, essentially, it is worth it. It gives him a big damage boost, which is why I built him. So ultimately, damage dealt by Sylvan Oath when triggered is increased by 15%. Since he is used the entire game, there's a bunch of different formations he's used in with the 5-pole, with the Leica, with Skarath, with Sophia. There's a bunch of different variations that all rely on Iran, and he is worth it. He is very, very much worth it. I started getting tier 3 on his gear because it's very cool. What's going on, Mark? Thank you for joining us for the stream. I want to build Cecilia since many people call her broken. Cecilia is strong as well. I use her a lot in the Abyssal Expedition as well, just because, again, she has the mitigation portion of her damage. So when you stack relics on there, she is very, very strong. She is difficult to kill. If you have her 9 of 9, she does a double ult with her furniture, which again is very, very strong. Is Mini AE round 2 up yet? Chris, as of right now, it is not up. The Hunting Fields, it is up on the test server. The Hunting Fields round 2 is already up on the test server. So it is coming very, very soon. Within probably, I'd say the next 3 days, it'll go back to registration, which it is. It isn't a priority, Javid, but I would definitely build him. Not the biggest priority to take to 9 of 9, but I would absolutely build him for the damage. Essentially, if you pull in heroes and you don't kill them fast enough with Iran, they're going to kill Iran. Like I said, just like Javid said, it is not a number 1 priority, but I would say probably out of the top 10, I would make it probably a top 10 priority because it's a hero that I use all the time. Just started watching, liking the new artifact. So the new artifact's pretty interesting. The Verdant Longbow. So essentially, it's based on normal attacks. So the faster that you can pump out normal attacks, the more damage is this going to do, which ultimately a lot of heroes' normal attacks. I'm not sure if D can add any insight on the bow itself, because I know a lot of people said, well, putting it on someone like, here we go, Gwen running her with the bow is ultimately when she uses a normal attack, when it comes flaming or light arrow, does it go ahead and change it from a normal attack to this attack? Does it say normal attack? Which I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know if it does make a difference, if the bow on her, the arrows still count as normal attacks or don't count as normal attacks. I don't use Gwyneth that much to see. What do I think about the tier 3 stones? Do you think it's a good addition as everyone has to max their carries all over again? I think that the T3 stones add a significant amount of stats on the gear. So even looking here, Boom, there we go. He is tier 3'd out. Yeah, I don't know either, D. I've ran it on her a little bit. I don't know exactly what triggers it and what doesn't. We're maxing out Irons. We got lucky with some T-stones for him. So there he is, guys, built just a monster when it comes to damage. Yeah, again, with the tier stones is they add a ton. I even threw one here on Taylene. They add a ton of stats, even when you look here. So boom, you're adding, I mean, look at that, 80,000 attack or 80,000 hit points. Attacks going up 2,400. Plus you're getting the bonus down here from the tier stones. Very, very strong. I use Taylene, of course, when it comes to some of the Twisted Realm bosses. So you know what? I threw a stone on her. I put one on Iran. And then also we've put them on, I believe, who else did we put it on? I think that might have been all the stones that we've had. Yeah, T3 stones, definitely endgame. Any of the heroes that are core team heroes. So when you look at Irons, when you look at Iran, the core heroes is kind of what I'm focusing on right now. Putting probably one on Damon or Isolde, just the overall core heroes that make the team. The tier 3 stones are just going to make the team stronger, essentially. What do you think about Power Ascending Roku? Is a good idea. One copy away from Ascended and wanted to push to 9 of 9 SI30. Mark, honestly, I don't know. I don't know if V. See you, Raya. Have a good night. Time for bed somewhere in the world. I don't know that much. I haven't really tested out Raku very much. I still haven't pulled him on here or haven't built him. But I know a lot of people have said he is an absolute monster in formations because of how he attacks. So yeah, I've heard he is very, very powerful when it comes to the attacks. Again, I haven't tested him out yet. I haven't had enough to build him. Damon doesn't need, there we go. We got a new follower over on Discord, or excuse me, on Twitch. Augie is following us. 3:40 a.m. Yeah, I know the late night streams here are later if you're over in the Europe section. Lucky again. Always when you're streaming, I have the next day off my. It's 4 a.m. for you, Monzi. Yeah, that's why I like doing the Sunday stream. That way, it's in the middle of the day. It's a good time for everybody. Right now, after my kids go to bed, is when I stream right now. So my kids are upstairs sleeping right now, which it makes it nice and quiet in here. But go ahead, let's hop into the Misty Valley. We'll continue asking the questions. That's exactly what I wanted to do tonight. The Misty Valley, again, make sure you guys are maximizing this. The loot you have in here, the stones, everything that you get out of here. What's going on? We got another new follower over on Twitch. I think it was Painter Royal. Yeah, Javid wakes up for the stream where he's at. All right, so this one, let's see what we got here. Victory, light bearers, and kill one frontline enemy first during battle. So this, we're going to continue with our carry now that he's even stronger with tier stones. So we'll pop him in there, and then we'll go with our, I'm thinking our light bearers here. We'll try it out this way. And it looks like we finally got everybody showing up. And look at that, guys. We just got a top donation. How's it going? Big shout out to Kenneth for that super sticker there. Absolutely love our little working out pair there. Yeah, I know a ton of you guys are from Europe. It's funny because YouTube sends me analytics, like when people watch and when people view and where they view from. So it's kind of crazy to see where everyone is and how many people are over there versus over here, I guess. Do you think they'll change the way to obtain essence? Right now I'm level 370 and it takes years to level up. Can't imagine reaching level 500 or 600. Honestly, the essence is the stopping point. Yep, just like what Board said, the essence is over time. It takes a long time, guys. It takes a long time to build up the essence. I'm in the exact same boat every single level. I have the EXP for, but I don't have the essence. And it looks like, again, it's absolutely blowing up in there. The dark theme and Bajavone, I think it takes a little bit to catch up from Discord. What's going on, Great Day? So here we have the Maulers. So let's drop out our team here. We'll pop in our Maulers just to make it interesting. And of course, having the being VIP 14 gives you a big advantage when it comes to this. They give you, I believe, damage reduction and more damage. So it makes a very big difference going in here, because most of these heroes don't have gear when I run through here, just because I don't want to switch them back and forth. What's going on, Solus? A little bit late, about 45 minutes. Currently 4:65 minutes. Oh, is that the cap? Or the Twisted Realm, I'm thinking? I saw players upgrade Damien's gear to T3. 3 stars, why is that? Essentially, Pixel, it's stronger. That's it. It is you're leveling up the gear. Lucky I live in Virginia. Oh, yeah. So Eagle Girl is on our time in Virginia. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, absolutely. I know the time zones kind of suck. So everyone in the formation must be the same class. So let's go ahead and, you know what, let's go with, we'll try mages just for fun. Because we know he's there, boom. I'm sure it's not going to work very well. But you know what, we'll check it out. What percent in US is your analytics and what is the EU? So it's interesting. So with Google, my analytics, I have about 15 to 17%, which is US. And then literally when it comes to Europe, it groups the US into that big 17%. But then when it looks like Monzi, everybody else, it literally breaks it into every single country. So regardless of where you're viewing from, the Google Analytics or the YouTube Analytics, which is owned by Google, breaks it into every single country. So I have the US, this big chunk up here, and then just a whole scale of every other country. So it's very interesting how they break it into every other country in the world outside of the US is just clumped together. Oh, that's where board's at. Yeah, 465. I'm catching up to you, board. It's getting there. We're at 400 and something now. We're still trying to catch board. Okay, so victory. Wilder's on this one without any warrior. Was it warrior or tank? Without any warrior or tank. Wilder's no warrior or tank. So we'll go ranger. We'll go ranger. We'll go support. No warrior, no warrior. We'll go support. Let's try this one out. I had Damon's gear built with fully tier 2 stones. I finally got Gwyneth and Solus to Mythic. Is it bad or good? I don't know. Solus, I would definitely go for Gwen. Gwen is going to be a hero you're going to use for a lot of the game. Solus is not really used that much. I don't know any team comp short of probably the Wilder Tower at that point. Ultimately, where she's used, I wouldn't overinvest right now in Solus, but definitely going to be worth it to invest in Gwen. Gwen does very well with a lot of different team comps. What is the best choice for the chest from the event? I always go with the Twisted Essence. The Twisted Essence, remember guys, when it comes to the Twisted Essence, and the reason I always say this is the Twisted Essence is very minimal that you get every other day. It's so limited with how much Twisted Essence you get. So a lot of times, you know, if it's looking at Pokecoins, you can buy emblems, you can buy scrolls you get on a daily basis, scrolls you get on a weekly basis. Ultimately, I go for the Twisted Essence just because of Victory, Graveborn, and look at that, Isabella and Pharrell. Again, just because of the rarity of the Twisted Essence. So we need Isabella and we need Pharrell. We'll go, you know what, with a tank and we'll see how this does. Yeah, Solus is definitely not top tier. Like I said, I wouldn't prioritize building her just because she's not used very much. Oh my God, I just got to push harder. only one level every 3 days. Yeah, board. I think it's I think you might have to go a little bit quicker. We've been going probably about the same. So we're getting there though. Every day that we're refreshing the shop, getting our diamonds. So here, victory, 4 Celestials of Hypogens. Defeat at least 3 summoned enemies in battle, excluding summons with the same hero. So far, this has been pretty easy. So looking at our kind of builds so far, it's been relatively easy so far. I'm not sure, it might stay the same way. We can actually swap her out. Let's go with the twins in this one. Using Legendary Tassie with Mythic Solus. I think my comp is bad. Tassie will work. Tassie does very, very well. But again, Solus, she dies too quick. She dies, her Floral Spectre dies. It doesn't work very well. They need to improve either the survivability of the Floral Spectre, or they just need to change her up. I think they really need to change her up a little bit. Have you used the swap scroll yet? Nope, I still have mine, Jack. It is just chilling. Not doing anything right now with the swap scroll. And essentially, if you look, I've built most of the heroes that we want to build. I don't know if I'm going to use the swap scroll or essentially when I'm going to use the swap scroll, just because we have so many heroes already built in here. We'll go with Rose. I like this combination. See you later, Mr. Kopovich. Have a good night. The Relic Longbow, who is best, can't figure it out who it works on. Like right now, I'm still thinking the Shroud. For a lot of them, Zoe, the Shroud is better. I put the Longbow on Leica because she has a ton of normal attacks, especially with her furniture. I put it on Gwen just to try it out because I don't know how effective it's going to be. And it's really, really hard to test. Ultimately, to see victory with 5 different factions. So we'll swap these guys out. There's 2. We'll go with Lucy in here. Why not? We'll try this one. See how we do. I don't have any good heroes, just going with what I have really, but I'm trying to get Gwen's signature item to +10. Yeah, and that's it, Solus. So when you're going through, you won't really build formations, usually till about chapter 15 to 18. When you start progressing faster and you start accumulating more heroes, earlier game, you're not going to have those team comps yet. So it is going to take a little while to get the heroes to build those team comps. Again, it's just going to take time. I know you're still relatively early to AFK. You just have to give it time. Put in who you can. Just go ahead and progress pretty much as fast as you can, and you'll get there. Honestly, you will definitely get there. So let's see. So this goes back to the Maulers. And we got to achieve victory within a couple seconds. So let's see what we can do here. Yeah, Aziz is a big priority. That's why I always say to build him first out of the Challenger store. Aziz is a hero similar to Taylene. Aziz only does what that hero does specifically, similar to the twins. Aziz locks out ults. He's the only hero that locks out ults. He is an energy battery, so he has a regeneration, plus he reduces the attack rating of enemies, and he has some crowd control. It's very strong when it comes to Aziz. Definitely building him is a strong priority. He's used for a lot. See you later, Dark Theme. He's headed back to work, guys. Misty Valley has been really easy, at least the first 10 stages. None of that kill. Yeah, I hear you, Mark. The killing Brutus, or excuse me, Thorin within that time. Yeah, absolutely devastating. A lot of people don't like the backline either. So we need Wilders. Oh, look at that. We need Peggy. We don't have Peggy. We need Wilders in this one. No Peggy. I'm gonna have to swap and see if anyone is sitting on a Peggy, which I'm sure a lot do. How did I come up with the name Furry Hippo? So funny as it may be, I know a couple of you guys have heard this story. So my wife and I started playing a Rock Band probably about 2006, 2005, 2006. We started playing Rock Band, and to play online with other people competitively, you have to have a band name. So out of the blue, it just came up with Furry Hippo, and Furry Hippo was our band name when we started Rock Band. Way, way, way back again. And it's just kind of always stuck. We've used it for quite a few. So let's see. Where are my Peggies? We got some here. Let's see if Matos might be on. Maxwell might be on. We might get 3 Peggies just because people are online. But hopefully we get 1 out of there so we can finish out that event. Oh, you're welcome. Good night, Monty. Have a good night. I saw 2 Irons comps in PvP. Irons is what everyone is go-to with PvP Pixel. There's not very many formations. If any formations, you're going to find that don't have Irons built. You'll see they all have the Irons combination in there because essentially it's whoever ults first wins. That's really the big thing. Whoever ults first wins. Unfortunately. New player here, liked Wilders and focused my entire campaign around them. Currently I have Iran carrying with Leica, Tassie Namora, and Brutus. Any advice? That's a solid team. Essentially, probably a little bit later when you continue scrubs, you'll probably swap out Brutus for possibly another hero. A lot of people like to run different combinations, like Gorvo in there is really good for a stun. Also have Lorzen in there for a link. There's a couple other. Brutus right now, especially early game, because of the immunity, is huge. It's very, very big. So Battle, Graveborn, do not trigger ultimates more than 3 times. So we will go Graveborn here. We'll give him a nice boost. We'll go with 2 of my favorite. We'll take off ults and we'll just go for Irons. There we go. Am I allowed to post links in chat? Yeah, I don't know if it lets you do links. I don't think it might block you from posting. I know it's pretty locked down for the links, but if you want to join the Discord, definitely go ahead and send them. One variation using Sophia and Nemitsu along with Irons, Arthur Obelda. Yeah, I've seen that too. Nemitsu's really good because a lot of people don't realize not only the totems for the distractions pixel, is Nemitsu also buffs haste. So you'll see either Sophia will get a big boost of haste, or Irons will get a very, very big boost of haste, allowing him to ult faster, which is essentially what they're going for with that team comp. Another variant with Arthur Obeto, Irons, Nemitsu, Mortis. Yeah. The Irons comp is a newer version of the Manhattan Project. I'm not sure what the Manhattan Project comp is. Not sure about that one. So defeat heroes. Again, we're going to go with our dimensionals in here because they are usually the powerhouses to defeat really fast, which we can even put Sophia in here. And we'll go with our boy Ezio. Just got him to a plus 30 signature item tonight, so he is done. Yeah, exactly. Oh, might want to turn on some alts here. Did we still get it? Oh, we did. Yeah, they made this a lot easier. Definitely a lot easier. Do Iran and Damon have any synergy? Is Silas necessary for the Damon comp? It works. I wouldn't put Iran and Damon together. Damon's a hero that kind of does his own thing. With his blood shield, he can kind of carry by himself. There's no reason to put Iran and Damon together. They can be almost counterproductive, especially because all the heroes are stacked up. Yeah, not the greatest combination there. Silas isn't necessary for Damon, but it definitely helps, especially if you have Silas built, because he can buy Damon time to scale. Not only does the plus 30 give him a 20% boost to his attack, which is huge, but he can keep Damon up enough to get the blood shields up to get him going through there, essentially to live is the big thing. What's going on, Marcos? think you missed about most of the stream tonight. All right, so we got through most of the Misty Valley, guys. And again, a ton of stones, a ton of loot. There are so many things you get in here. Stage 11 opens in 5 days. So the only one that we didn't do, let's see if anyone is on. Nope, nobody right now. So I know it's late for a lot of places. So that was very, very cool, though, that we got through that entire part of the Misty Valley. We got through really quick. That was very, very quick. We pushed through there. So ultimately, we just have that one stage that we need a Peggy on. Then we can finish that out, and then the rest of the Misty Valley. So over here, guys, I prioritize the loot in here just like this. So essentially, the only thing that I need out of here is essence. That is the biggest thing. I have EXP. I have gold. Twisted essence, I always go for, just for the simple fact that it comes in such a small quantity. Ultimately, picking that up. You could go for the stones, but you do get a lot of stones. I want guaranteed elites. So out of here, definitely 3 guaranteed elites. Then, of course, red chests are the priority. Ullard, we're looking for copies of. So in a couple days, we'll get another copies. And then out of here, I go for tier 2 stones because they're more expensive out of the shop. Definitely worth it there. So that's the setup that I use. Desired hero is going to be Ullard because we need him for the ship. Here, I think we're going to get another 2,000. Another 2,000 diamonds there. 17,000. Very nice. Again, we're saving those till our next stream because we have 6 desired summons. So we can finish out. If we pull 5 of Ullard out of there, that'll finish him out. Then we can swap over to Peggy with our next summons and essentially continue those out for the month. So very, very cool. Has anyone found use for Queen? Elementalist. I've seen a couple Queen formations that seem to work. It seems like some of it is kind of RNG with how well it works. I seen a team comp earlier, I believe it was on Reddit, that had a couple different combinations in there with Queen, kind of like a lockout team, I think with Gorvo and a couple other heroes. There's been a couple different things that I've seen. Manhattan Project uses Rowan, Twin, Sophia, Mahira, and Aziz. Oh, yeah, that's definitely a different kind of combination, Pixel. Iran is good with Leica, Titus, Skarath. Yes, absolutely. Alna 9 of 9 or Twins or Athalia. Yeah, Alna. Alna's 9 of 9 is very, very strong, guys. When you look here, getting her maxed out, when placed on the front line, the ability Winter's Call also takes effect for her other frontline ally, which is very, very powerful right there. Frigid Winter, Alna is immune to damage and her control ability for 7 seconds, and nearby enemies will have their dodge reduced. That goes for the other hero as well, so they have a 9-second immunity, which is super, super powerful. Which hero is better, Peggy or the new Wilder? I would go with the new Wilder lifted. We've went kind of back and forth. Peggy is good. I think Peggy is going to be very, very niche. I honestly think they are going to be very, very niche with Peggy, is what I've been seeing. A lot of guildies have been saying that Raku is very, very strong. Zafriel is going to win that 3-Ola. Zafriel, because he stuns. You'll just have massive stuns against that team. Let's go ahead. We'll do a couple more summons here and have 199. So we might hit our 200. Wish list stays the same. Still looking to max out Lucy. Still looking to max out Isolde. Just need a couple more pieces. Pharrell we're going to max out, as well as Oden. We just got a few more heroes here. Yeah, Zafriels are going to win in there. Lucreta is literally the best hero in the game. Yes, absolutely. Lucy is crazy. Is crazy, crazy strong. There is another piece for Oden. Very nice. So I believe that is 200 pieces at this point that we built. Another mythic piece. So we're getting a little bit lucky with the mythic pieces, which is Khazard. We need to build him the rest of the way out. He's getting close, guys. Need a couple more summons for him, so we'll do what we always do. Swap out here. We'll go ahead and optimize, change up what we can, and then we'll recycle everything else we can't. Always making sure our heroes have the best furniture on them. Gave us one more summon. Maybe. Nope, I was hoping it'd be a mythic piece. We only got 3 there, but that much closer to a card. So I will definitely take it, guys. Oh, you're welcome, Dorian. Yeah, and that's why I love doing the Q&A. Honestly, like I've said before, when it comes to the guides, when it comes to, you know, helping people in AFK Arena, Javid helps out a ton, Board helps out a ton, D helps out a ton with the chat, a lot of the questions. And when I started AFK Arena, I didn't have anywhere to ask questions. A lot of specific questions that pop up in here that I don't know the answer to, or we don't kind of as a community. I hope we can help answer some of them, honestly. Should I stargaze Orthos or the latest Hypogen? I forgot his name. Are you thinking of Zolrath? You're thinking of Zolrath? So Khazard, like I said, I've been building Khazard plus 25 right now. So I have actually been putting everything into him, all the emblems I get. So he's at plus 26. Yeah, Orthos is good for PvP. And just like Board said, guys, like we said a little bit earlier, Raku over Peggy. I absolutely love Peggy, even going way back. I love the Peggy, the ads, the summoning of the guards, all of that. But it seems like Raku is really, really strong. The way that he is built, he's worked on a bunch of teams very well. Peggy, they're still trying to find exactly where he needs to be. And that's why a lot of players, even here, haven't really built Peggy. So most of them have, well, some of them Hashmira and almost got Peggy built, but they always have Raku. So Raku is maxed for a lot of players as well because of his ability. Well, let's see. Yeah, so almost got him maxed. Looks like Hashmir's got him maxed. So a couple of people. And, oh, we got one. Look at that. Who was that? Oh, Maxwell's is on. Thank you, Maxwell, if you're watching. We'll go ahead and we'll finish up that one little last piece here. And that will do it tonight for the stream. I'm not sure it was down here. So we had to pick up this one with Peggy and Gwen. We can actually leave them 2 in. And we need a Peggy, which we borrowed. There we go. We'll put her in the back, and then we'll put, well, we'll swap Gwen in here. We'll slow it down to see there's the guards coming out. And again, I love how the guards pick up Thane right here. And they kind of guard her. That's what I like with Peggy. Seems very unique in her build. It does seem very, very unique with her build, guys. But that will do it for the Misty Valley. Very cool. Got some solo quests. We get some more emblems out of here, some more diamonds. Oh, we got to finish out the rest of our dailies. I think weeklies are done. Yep. So very, very cool. Some fights doesn't allow for just an elite. It should be elite. Yeah, a lot of things you got to have elite plus, especially Abyssal Expedition. If you got Mortis, Mortis has to be elite plus to go into the Abyssal Expedition, and he will actually do well at elite plus in the Abyssal Expedition. But you do have to have him built up a little bit. We got really lucky with pulls for him. We didn't in other heroes. I don't think, I know Orthos, we need another copy. I don't think we're close to that yet. Waiting for the lab to reset. Almost done with Wukong. But here we got 130. We need one more copy, guys, and Orthos will be ascended, which is awesome. Very, very cool to see that we are getting them completely maxed out. Let's go on Epic Gamer. We are just about done with the stream. Yeah, Mortis is ultimately there for a buff, and then he dies. That's really the big thing. Similar to the twins, if you want him to live, so if you actually want survival on Mortis, he doesn't need his signature item, doesn't need his furniture, but if you want survival, it is required. It is absolutely required. Try putting Peggy in front of Gwen in the middle. Peggy moves to the middle. Yeah, and that's what, Gavy, Glavy, a lot of people have done is they've utilized Peggy kind of up in that front formation to drop back and offer protection to the middle. Who's my favorite hero? Everyone knows here. Go ahead, Dark-Hearted. Yep, Javi knows. I love Rowan, guys. I cannot wait till they do a skin on Rowan. He has always been my favorite hero. Right there he is, guys. Rowan is just a monster. I love him. He doesn't need his furniture at all, but I like building him. Is it possible to get more than 2 dimensionals waiting for the end of the month? No, if you're talking about the Garrison, Marcos, you can only get, I think, 2 at a time if you're getting these. Yep, Rowan is absolutely my favorite. Yeah, Lucreta, 9 of 9, definitely very, very important. We have to build her out. That's what I'm kind of waiting for, is for us to go ahead and continue building her out so we can max her out completely. Still using the shroud on her because it is very, very powerful. We also wanted the skins were up, aren't they? So I want to pick up this one. Is Kaz worth building? Not right now. So unfortunately, Kaz is a hero that falls down. Would I like to activate it? Yes, I would, guys. We knew we were going to pick this one up. There it is. Absolutely awesome, awesome, awesome skin. I love that. We want to keep Furry's new favorite, Lucretia 3. Yeah, I'm getting there. Yeah, Kaz is good in PvP, but ultimately it's a hero that quite a bit down the road that you might build down the road, but definitely, yeah, definitely not a priority hero by any means. I absolutely love that skin, guys. It is so very, very cool looking. Shooting some normal arrows. Boom, there goes all the music notes. So cool to see. That is such a very, very cool skin. I didn't even think about it. Is Oden 9 of 9 worth building? So Oden does a ton of damage. So since they've reworked him, that Void Lightning ability does quite a bit of damage. And here, every 8 seconds, it attacks the enemy with the current highest energy. So this will actually do consistent damage as long as you can keep him alive. He is good to build because of the damage he puts out, especially because when they reworked his signature item with those Fiend points, attack rating is increased 5% and haste by 4 points up to 15 times. That's a massive, massive stack on there. Do you think some of the original Ascended? Yeah. The original Ascended heroes will be reworked. They've been doing it for probably about a year now. That they've been kind of going through. Yeah, Oden and Isabella. Isabella is super, super powerful as well, especially again with her furniture and especially the 5-second fear. They're a vicious, vicious combo to deal with. It is very, very tough. Yeah, I would definitely build Oden. Rowan as a tank support fits any team. Rowan is, yeah, exactly. Rowan is super strong. I want them to give him a skin. I would love to see it. I like him before his rework and now. Yeah, has the little monster. I would love to see a Rowan skin and them just do like a crazy skin, but change his duck into a different animal. I think it would be pretty funny to do something other than the duck and have him throw something other than what he does. So, all right, guys, so that will do it for our live stream for tonight. Again, guys, thank you guys for joining me. All the love and support we get on YouTube and Reddit, Discord, everything. Very, very cool. This account is definitely getting there, guys. 562 million combat rating, overall combat rating. So definitely building out these heroes. We have a lot of the factions built. We have a lot of the new heroes built. And we're just going to continue. Even here, we have Thane, we have Oscar, we have Rigby. Then we have the new heroes to build. Here, since we're working on Entendre, we only have Kasos, Brutus, and Inoki. So definitely building them out here. Wilders, we have the new Wilder, we have Cirrus, and we have Almus. So again, definitely building these out very, very well. Graveworn, we're building Kalthar, we have Baden, and that's it. Almost to chapter 35. We're in chapter 35 board. No, we haven't been able to make much area, much in here. Absolutely not. Satrana or Skarath. I would go with Scrath, and I would go just do 3 of 9. He's really, really good for the pull, the 5 pull with the furniture. 9 of 9, I don't know if there's really any point for the 9 of 9. I know it's definitely not a priority. Yeah, Scrath for the 5 pull. That 3 of 9 furniture is really what you want. Ultimately, the 9 of 9 is not going to be worth the investment. I remember sending a pic in the guild showing getting 3 dimensionals. Not sure, Marcos. Not sure what you're thinking there. I'm thinking about taking Entendre to plus 30. Yeah, Chris, if she's down the road, so she does work very, very well, but she is another hero she's going to destroy the Mauler Tower, but she has to be built. So she's down the list for the priority as far as Entendre being built. But ultimately, if you're going to use Entendre, you have to have her built. Yep, you got to have her plus 30. You got to have her 9 of 9 furniture, just like Board said. She's just a heavy, heavy investment, just like a lot of other heroes. If you have her less than being maxed out, her effectiveness goes down greatly when you don't have her built. Yep, it's just having her built is kind of the requirement. So if you're going to invest in her, again, it's a good investment. You just have to put the time and effort into her, which of course comes with the investment of time. All right, guys. So again, that will do it for our stream. Board, I'm trying to catch Board. We're at 403. He is at 460 something. So again, we'll have another level tonight. We'll be at 404 tonight as soon as my essence here is done. I'll have another level on your board, but I don't think I've refreshed any of this. So let's pick up this. We don't need those right now, so we'll pick up. I think I'm going to be 1 level closer to where Board is, because we are getting there. Yeah, that's the big thing, Board. People don't like the campaign. There's little incentive for the campaign. But ultimately, guys, there we go. 404. Now I think I'm going to be out probably gold. Nope, right to the next level, right to needing essence again. Just like that. Yeah, we're getting there, Board. So there's 404. Again, right back to essence, just like we have the problem every single day. But we're getting there. So it's very, very cool. All right, guys. So again, that will do it for tonight. Again, thank you guys for joining me. Absolutely love doing the streams. Love doing the Q&A. How did I get the frame? That is the Abyssal Expedition frame. We've got quite a few in here, but that is from season 3 of the Abyssal Expedition. Limited frame if you're in the top 10, I think. But guys, again, that will do it for our stream. Have a good night. AFK Arena on. Enjoy the anniversary. There are still 2 more skins coming. Lorzen's coming and Isolde is coming, which means there's going to be more events coming. There's going to be quite a few things that are going to be coming down the line. And I think someone just let me, or no, someone need there. It's borrowing a, let me see if I can take, actually, I don't want to borrow the rest of these. Just in case we need them. We'll revoke these 2. I don't want to take a hero since I already have one, just in case somebody else needs it. Wait, how do you level up the crystal? So once you hit level 240 Armageddon Knight, you actually level up the crystal itself. Once you hit that 240, all of the heroes like spin around, they go into the crystal, and then you only level up the crystal. You no longer level up the heroes. They all carry the same level at that point. Yep. So definitely the frame was awesome. Again, guys, have a good night. Be safe out there. We'll definitely have a couple more videos coming very, very soon. The event is up. Check out the anniversary party. I am absolutely amazed with how much they did for this. From the Voyage of Wonder, the forest escapades, the musical tribute. It is very, very cool, everything that they've done. And the art gallery. If you haven't checked out the art gallery, a lot of time and effort went into that. So again, guys, have a good night. Thank you guys for watching. And be safe out there. Have a good night.